Hello, this is Smikey, and today we are going to repair this LED light. Previously, this LED light over here had failed and I replaced it, but unfortunately it was kind of the wrong color. About 5 years ago we replaced all these LED lights in our kitchen area. So let's get into repairing this one, and I'm going to show you how I wish I would have done it and not how I ended up doing it. This is the LED light assembly that failed earlier. I did try and disconnect some wires and test the LEDs themselves. It didn't really prove useful. I didn't really get any good results. But on this one, I do believe that the driver has failed. So let's take a look at what you're looking at here when you're trying to get an LED driver. So matching up the name or the make didn't do anything. What we're looking for is the input voltage, 100 to 240 volts and 50 to 60 hertz, and our output voltage is 12 to 28 DC. And the important part is our constant. Our constant is 450 milliamps and 30 volts max. So sometimes they will be a constant voltage or a constant amperage out. So here's the LED drivers that we got. So this is input is 100 to 240, so that's right. Our hertz is correct. And then our output is 24 volts, 0.5 amps. So that is within our range. This is 10 milliamps higher than our output on our old driver. But this voltage is actually within our range. So it took a while to find, but I think this will work. And based off the website that I will have down in the description, you can go up or down about 100 milliamps. So this is only 10 milliamps, so we're within range there. This is going to be our input for our wires and our output. And it looks like we'll have to have some kind of double-sided tape to stick that in to go right in there. And the size is quite comparable there. That's one of the other things you'll have to keep an eye on is the size of the new driver. The next thing is, let's pop out this old LED driver. I think it's probably just some double-sided tape down there. Double-sided foam tape. And they've got, let's see. So the L is the black, and that top one is the L. The N, or the neutral, is the white, which is the bottom. So I'm going to reuse these wires. Okay, now we pop this little lid off, and there are some terminals that we can put our wires into here. So it just clamps down on the wire itself. Right there. Strip back our wires. And then our black goes in the top here. So we'll slide that into place. Lock that down. Okay, those feel pretty good. Now there's a little cover that can go on, and these little screws go in here. That fits better. Alright, that side is done. Open up these jaws here. Now for our other side, the positive they've got is the positive they have is a red wire, that's our top, and the bottom is our black, which is our negative. And that will be the same thing on here. Our red will go into the top and our black into the bottom. Alright, so to temporarily hook these up, I'm going to use some little morettes. That's what they have here is kind of a moret, but it's more like a butt connector where you put the two wires together and crimp them. So temporarily some morettes will be fine for keeping this safe while I'm doing my testing. And then if I need to switch, I will. And then I'll go back and I will solder the one joint together. So that will be good for now. I don't have any double-sided foam tape. I wish I did. And I don't know where my wife's regular double-sided tape is. So I'm going to be using some duct tape folded over. This is actually more of like a gaffer's tape. It's a little bit fibrous. And then we'll stick that back down. And then there is our live, our neutral, and our grounding wire, or our shielding wire. And all this stuff will tuck inside, and let's go test the light out. This is where I wish I would have done things differently. That light that we repaired with the LED driver, we had multiple LED chips that had burned out. And so what I'm doing here is I'm using an extension cord plug repair for one of the ends, and I'm wiring up the light with the white wire, which is the neutral, to the silver screw, the black wire, which is hot, to the brass screw, and then you can do your ground or your copper wire to the green screw. And that way we are able to test the light before we put it up, which is what I should have done first of all. And this light here is actually the light that I replaced over top of my fridge. So I actually took it out and put a new light in. And this one, I do believe that the LED driver has failed, and so I have changed that off camera. And I do have one LED chip that is not working that I know about. And so once we have the plug wired on, we can just plug in the light and unplug it to test to make sure everything works. So if you're not sure if it's the LED driver or the LED chip, what I'm showing here is that you can test power across the LED chip. And I had about 6 volts. That way you can find out if it is the driver or the LED chip that has failed. Alright, so let's take out this one right here. I have tried testing these chips, and I could not figure out how to test them. Maybe someone else knows. So this is kind of what it looks like. You got your positive, your ground, and then you have your LED chips right there. and it's got a heat sink on the back, so I am going to put some thermal paste on that to try and dissipate some heat when we put this in. Move that light out of the way. Bring this light in. So it's a chip on an aluminum back, and then they're using the aluminum to transfer heat into the metal housing. So I know that one is not working. Get this cleaned up and soldered back on. We'll try this little board right here. Alright, that is soldered on. Let's get some thermal paste on that. Alright, this is the last time. We have tested it. We know it works. It is just hooking it up the last time and then turning it on. Back up into the box. Tuck all the wires back in. Those are in. Should have them in the rest of the way. And it works. Finally. Alright. Hope you found that entertaining or useful, and I'll catch you in the next one.
That's not good. Just keep the yay in there.